Knicks are up 2-0 on Cleveland. Josh Hart turned into Steph Curry, and the Cavs are in panic mode. Let's react to Game 2.
Bridges overpowers, goes inside, layup's good.
Overtime win, or comeback win rather, in Game 1 by the Knicks. Let's see how this one goes.
Mobley's got 8, Allen's got 6.
The Knicks are still there. 1 for 6 to start. Cavs already
I actually watched this live, so let's see how this one went. But I want to react to it and be more analytical about it.
3 for 5.
Josh Hart gets it, goes across. He likes that shot in the paint.
That's so tough. Fader over a 6'10", 6'11 guy.
That one goes down. Wade guarded by
That
Brunson.
requires a lot. I'm not going to say it's hard. It's hard. Obviously, it's hard. But, like, hard isn't even the right way to describe it. It just requires a great deal of training to be able to make that.
Puts it on the floor, nearly stripped and stolen. Anunoby once again, a demon on defense. Drives inside. Bridges fumbled it, but still able to...
OG. Anunoby. Feeling like I'm Kobe.
Get it to go.
That shit was whack.
Even 6 boards already for Allen.
It wasn't that bad.
Strus to
I just
Wade.
need a beat.
Wade fires up a 3, got it. And they're now 4 of 7 from 3-point range.
And that's a beautiful throw ahead from James Harden. He gets it up just past half court. That swing over creates a 2-on-1. It's not even a true advantage. It's just moving the basketball side to side created that advantage.
Towns has Harden on him, takes him off the dribble, goes right at Allen.
Oh, hey. That's tough. Let me see that one more time.
Towns has Harden on him, takes him off the dribble, goes right at Allen. Layup is good.
Man, James Harden.
Towns has Harden on.
He's kind of a cone, bro. I'm not going to lie. He's great offensively.
Side to side created that advantage.
Towns has...
Bro, because, like, why are you leaning like that, dude? You gotta sit down in a stance and move your feet. You can't be leaning into somebody like that.
Harden on him, takes him off the dribble, goes right at
That's what happened.
Allen. Layup is good as he crashes to the floor. Good job on the Cavs getting back on defense.
Just a bit of a cone there, my boy.
Towns goes at Jared Allen, gets inside, layup, gets to the fall.
Carl Anthony Towns doing his thing.
Towns wanted a foul. The fine line between winning and losing. Shamet sidestep. Deuce McBride seeing his first minutes, hands off to Bridges. Bridges drives on Strus and banks, and oh boy, Mikal Bridges continues his excellent shooting. He's 3 for 4. Up top to Merrill. Dennis Schroeder. Back to Mobley behind the arc. Fakes, drives on Robinson, gets inside, and the slam. Evan Mobley with a beautiful play. As we approach the 2-minute mark. McBride, quick release, knocks down the 3. He didn't score in Game 1.
And the Knicks took the lead, and I'm pretty sure they just never looked back after pretty much this moment.
Merrill drives, gets inside, reverse, he banks it home. I like that quality. Shot clock is turned off. Knicks do have a foul to give. 4 seconds to go. Mitchell, the crossover, step back, 3-pointers up. It's good. Donovan Mitchell drills the 3.
That is that's just a play made by your player. That's it. There's no play here. It's just isolation.
4 seconds.
There's a little bit of a setup. I mean, Schroeder's open.
Go Mitchell, the crossover, step back, 3-pointers up. It's good. Donovan Mitchell drills the 3. McBride guarded by Strus. Little fake, pulls up. 2-pointer for a deuce.
Straight skill. Very class.
Mitchell drills the 3. McBride guarded by Strus. Little fake, pulls up. Strus.
Get Strus to jump here on the 3.
McBride guarded by Strus. Little fake, pulls up. 2-pointer for a Deuce McBride.
I know they hit, nowadays you got to guard that, but the jumping is not my favorite.
Alvarado in for the first time.
Especially not on the perimeter. Just stay home, contest it. If he makes it, he makes it. Fuck it. There's nothing you can do, because if you're trying to, like, at the end of the day, bro, you just have to be disciplined and play defense the right way. If he makes a tough shot, you did your job. You can't really do much more than that. You can't ask a player to, never let them score. Obviously, that's the mentality you go with, but when you're jumping out here, now you give up an easier shot, a higher percentage shot.
Is Mike Brown going to his bench early? Donovan Mitchell.
That still ended up being a tough shot, actually, over like 2 guys, but still.
There's that explosion, and the layup is good.
Got just enough touch to get down up over the shot blocker.
Towns has some room. Towns connects on the three. He's not been taking many three-pointers, certainly as many as he used to, as Merrill drives inside. Finds Strus. Strus off the bounce. Lost it, got it back. Shaman trying to poke it away. Can't get it. Second tip, third tip.
And Strus, I've been glazing a lot, but like his well-roundedness as a role player is marvelous. So it's just truly a wonder. Like he can get to the rack a little bit. He can shoot a little bit, a good amount. He can play defense a little bit, like a good amount, pretty well. Like he doesn't do anything exceptionally, and he doesn't do everything well enough to be a star, but he's just good at everything, enough to be an NBA role player. And, like, you know, you have different role players. Like, I would say Con Knuppel is like a role player, right? He's obviously like a star, kind of, in a way, but he's also still a role player because he depends offensively on his team to create shot opportunities. He's not going to create his own shots very much at the NBA level. He might, but he's not going to do a ton of it. He's not LaMelo Ball, right? He's not Donovan Mitchell. He's not James Harden. That's not what he's doing. So, but he's specialized. He's a specialized role player. That's far more common. You get bigs who are specialized role players. They're paint beasts. They rebound. They block shots. They dunk. They have a little bit of a post bag. Specialized role players. This guy is a well-rounded role player. It's actually rare to see that.
Play, can't get it. Second tip, third tip, Mobley. 2-point Cavs lead. Again, they've got Strus on Towns. Towns goes inside, layup is good.
But as I'm glazing him, he fucks up on D.
Again, they've got Strus on.
That's a gamble, man. When you jab, you never want to jab.
Again, they've got Strus
with your feet stationary like that. You want to be moving your feet, and then if you happen to throw the jab, that's defense, feet. Your feet got to be in front of the guy. It's that simple. You got to move your feet. You got to have your eyes on the belly button, hands ready and active. That's it. You're just moving your feet. That's what defense is. Once you master that, then you're going to start, I mean, that's perimeter defense, right? Then you're going to start adding in, okay, or in the post, you're going to have an arm bar. But after you master that, moving your feet, keeping the guy in front of you, being able to take contact, being able to stay in front, being able to, remain in legal guarding position, take contact, redirect, recover, all that stuff, just the movement part of it, that's when you can start throwing in the jab. I'll do this a little bit. I'll start trying to block shots. I'll poke it. I'll try to block, contest this, do that. I mean, obviously contest is a part of defense, but, moving your feet and preventing the guy from even getting a good look or penetrating, that is defense, bro. You can't forget that. You can never forget that and gamble first.
Bruce on Towns. Towns goes inside. Layup is good.
Their first home loss, they're missing McCarr, but they're going to be fine in game 2.
Look at you with the analysis.
Oh, well, that's just what we do, Mike.
That's what you do. Gets away from Alvarado. Drives inside. Layup's good. Here comes Bridges. Bridges.
That's tough. Transition. Swing step. Look at this.
Here comes Bridges.
That little, it's not a Euro. I used to call it a Euro. I misspoke. It's a swing step. This little swing step here.
Here comes Bridges. Bridges gets to the go.
It's somewhat like it's in the same family as a Euro. I would say it's a misdirection transition move, but it's more north-south than east-west, which a Euro is. But that's tough. Harden.
Here comes Bridges. Bridges.
It's tough to cover that, though. Bro, you can't be afraid to take the contact or dish it in transition, though. I would be more aggressive in that position, to be honest, because that's usually being unpredictable in transition defense is a huge boon. That is how you win a transition possession. If you're unpredictable, he's not going to be able to just get into his bag of transition moves that he's likely worked on. He's going to fuck up the timing. Offensive players these days with the P-noise and the slow steps and this, that, and the third, they want to mess up your timing as a defender. Why not do the same thing as a defender? Why not stunt at the top of the, right here? And at this stage of the game, in this stage where the game is at in its evolution, I think we're past the point where you can just kind of like soften until he gets to the rack and then try to contest him. I don't think you can do that these days because that is common, right? But it's just, it doesn't work.
Here comes Bridges. Bridges gets to the go. McHale it out the heart. An 18-point deficit to 8.
And Mike, there goes Brunson here trying to hunt that switch. And
Now the Cavs are in the 3-2. I hate the. I don't hate. Hate's a strong word. I don't use the 3-2 for anything really. I mean, the only time I'll use the 3-2 is if I have two really big guys who I want in the post and playing defense in the paint, and I'll tell them, look, you're gonna have to high-low this and take your responsibilities and figure it out. You got to play together because you're not just gonna sit here on the low blocks like this. We're still not allowing the middle the way I play the 3-2, right? And the wings got to be able to cover the corner and the wings, and then this guy's got to cover a lot of space if we're running the 3-2. In this situation, right, I would have Harden still guarding Brunson and Mitchell kind of hanging out, waiting, okay? And then if he elevates, it's swing, Schroeder stunts, goes back to his spot while Harden gets back. Now you're still in the 3-2. I don't like the 3-2. If I was going to do what the 3-2 does, I would run the 1-3-1, personally. That's what I like because it keeps the middle covered. There's actually a responsibility. There's no chance of this happening. You cannot allow a paint entry like this. It'll kill you, okay? Now he has every option available. He has the skip. He has the floater, which he does. He has going back this way, post adjust, you know, the drop-down pass. This guy can dive off of that. He can do anything, bro. He can find the window, right? Like, options open up like crazy when you get the ball in the paint like that. 1-3-1 at least disallows that. It just puts a lot of pressure on the back guy and the top guy to cover ground and be able to cover a lot of stuff, you know, and fly around. But hey, I prefer that.
And Mike, there goes Brunson here trying to hunt that switch. And you can see the Cavs.
This is atrocious. That's terrible. It's just, you're giving up.
In no man's land. That's not affecting anything. It's either going to be a hard blitz or
Hart looking for a screen. Anunoby inside. Josh Hart. Shot clock at 5. Anunoby on the bounce. Goes inside. Layup.
This wasn't terrible execution of the 3-2. Let's see this possession, actually.
That's not affecting anything. It's either going to be a hard blitz or
So exactly, here you go.
Hart looking for a screen. Anunoby.
I don't know what the fuck they're running, to be honest with you, but this might not be the 3-2. It looked like the 3-2 on the last possession, but sometimes it's hard to tell
That's
because
not affecting anything. It's either going to be a hard blitz or
teams will have a zone in place with specific rules on how to guard key players, which takes you out of position from the traditional version of that zone. It just is hard to tell on film without being in the room, but
Hart looking for a screen. Anunoby.
this still looks like a 3-2 to me. It's kind of like a matchup 3-2. Like Harden would be here, but since Brunson's here, he's up. I don't like that. I would have Schroeder take the guy on the top. Again, different philosophies, you know, different ways to skin a cat, whatever. Everybody's not going to do the same thing. But the problem with this is that Schroeder ends up idle, and then we have a massive space here that they can manipulate, which is basically what happens. If you had Harden here and Schroeder up on Schroeder up on Brunson, right? Harden could run down here. Jarrett Allen doesn't have to come up. Drop down pass is not available. You're not forcing a rotation across the paint, which gives up this 3 to Karl Anthony Towns. They didn't take that.
For a screen. Anunoby.
Karl Anthony Towns actually, I would maintain spacing in this situation, right? I would just stay in the corner for the 3. That's what I teach when we're in this type of position.
Josh Hart. Shot clock at 5. Anunoby on the.
But, you know, he got downhill, and then, yeah, we ended up getting a bucket anyway. What do we teach odd man front? Now, it's been a little while. And this is the last thing I'm going to talk about before we go. I end the video because the Knicks pulled off. They won up 2-0. But, you know, odd man front, when you're faced with a 3-2 or when you're faced with a 1-3-1, you want to get the ball outside and to the corners, okay? Because that puts a lot of pressure on any odd man front. There's got to be a rotation. There's got to be somebody out of position. Okay? What you don't want to do, what you want to do against a 2-3, right, is you want to attack the high post and the wings. All right? So odd man front, you want to go generally you want to go even man front for you, right? So I would have a guard bring the ball up here and have his outlet right here. He's attacking this player, whether that's the 3-2, in this case it would be James Harden, I guess. But you're attacking this space, this break area, not the corner exactly, but kind of that area, that space. And then if they rotate heavily, you're going to kick, reverse, and you're going to try to attack that side on the reversal because the defense shifts, right? That's how you beat an odd man front, whether that's a 3-2, or a 1-3-1. Those are pretty much really the main odd man fronts. Basketball is a solved game, as they say. There's a lot of the strategy shit is already figured out. There's nothing more to develop, especially when it comes to zone. But that's how you beat that, and that's pretty much exactly what they're doing. They're attacking here. The decision that the Cavs have made is to have their wing guy take the ball handler up top, putting a lot of pressure on these low men to cover a lot of shit. Basically cover the whole width of the court here. I disagree with that. But, hey, I mean, they don't want Jalen Brunson to score. It's justifiable either way. It's textbook how you do it. Now, once you've gotten the ball into the paint entry, this area is low block, you have options. It's over. I would have had Karl Anthony Towns, again, stay in the corner. And taking this one-on-one, Donovan Mitchell's diving, you're going to be wide open. You got to keep Donovan Mitchell honest to keep this one-on-one and just go score. Because they're going zone, right, guys? They go zone because they can't guard you one-on-one. That's the idea. So now we make it a one-on-one. All right, one way or the other, we're going to make it a one-on-one by spacing you out, forcing you to guard us, man-to-man. That's the idea.
Shot clock at 5. Anunoby on the bounce. Goes inside. Layup.
And great play by OG Anunoby. Anyhow, good game. Good game. That was good stuff. I appreciated that. Knicks win 2-0. Game 3 is on right now, so I'm going to go watch that after I make this video. This is going to drop way later, but it's an analytical breakdown. You can watch this at any point in time and hopefully learn a thing or two. But yeah, all right. Peace and love. Like, comment, subscribe.